Hi everybody, Louise here. So I just thought I would do a Facebook Live. I haven't done one in front of the camera. I've just been showing my lifestyle and the actual event itself in Vegas. So I've just moved on to Tampa in Florida now. You have to excuse my my throat. The air conditioning is drying my throat out really bad, so I've now got some kind of like husky voice going on. So I thought I'd just do a live and recap some of the things that I've learnt from the MME in Vegas. And one thing particularly that I came back with is to do with Facebook branding. So, well, not just on Facebook, but on social media as a whole. And it can also be used for offline as well. So I just really want to just, share some of these tips which I've learnt with you guys. So I have done a Facebook Live before on branding, but I wanted to just kind of go into it in a bit like a deeper level based on what I've learnt at the MME in Vegas. So I'm just going to wait for a few more people to get on live and then I'll sort of make a start. So I just hope that my throat is going to be okay because it keeps going squeaky, and past couple of days I've nearly lost my voice. So that's why I was waiting to do a live until I could kind of like speak properly again. Don't all have a go at me for drinking water out of a plastic bottle. At least I'm drinking it, that's the main thing. So I've woken up today in the Hilton Hotel in Florida. Opened the curtains. I was expecting to be like round the pool all day. I thought, great, I'm gonna have 2 days before the event. I thought I'll go and chill out round the pool. I'll do my networking on my phone from there. Opened my curtains and it's like grey sky and it's pouring down. I was like, how crap is that? So I thought, I'm just in my hotel room, so after I've done this live, I'm gonna go and work out at the gym. And then I'm probably just going to be on my phone all day networking and setting up new people's accounts and doing things like that. So I'm hoping the sun's going to come out because this looks like the UK outside in the window at the moment. I was expecting it to be like really hot. So fingers crossed it gets better. So right, I'm going to make a start because there's quite a few people watching now. So if you've just joined me just now, my live today, I just want to talk about some of the golden nuggets I've taken away from the MME at Vegas. So it was absolutely mind-blowing to be there and to watch all of like the big leaders on stage, listen to their story, see how far they've come in such a short space of time. Some of them are industry leaders that have been in the industry a long time, and it was just amazing to like hear their story. There's one guy on stage that's like at 150 million, and to hear how his life's gone like that and how his business is, he's been a multimillionaire and then he's lost everything overnight. It was just such a powerful event, and I came away like really like fired up, and I'm like now ready to take my business to the next level. So I hope that by me sharing these kind of like lives, and I know it's inspiring a lot of people. And I was actually blown away by how many people came up to me at the Vegas event and said, "Are you Louise from those Facebook Lives?" And I was like, yes. It was like a really surreal moment where people were recognizing me and they were so grateful for my lives. I said, "Oh, you've helped me so much," or "You've encouraged me to do Facebook Lives. You've been helping me with my marketing." So it was actually really nice that just random people came up to me at the event and were so grateful for me doing these. So it's now made me want to do like even more, because some of them are Facebook friends, some of them aren't. So it's just nice to know that you can impact people worldwide. And it's nice to think that people recognise you for bringing value and actually having a positive impact on them and their business. So that was just a really nice thing. And this is why I say to people that when you're known for providing value, whether you do webinars or whether you do like a free ebook or Facebook Lives or a Zoom call, Skype call, whichever way you prefer to do it, it's always really nice to be recognised for your value in the marketplace that you're giving out for free and expecting nothing in return. So I just want to talk about like branding. So when people first join into a business, they concentrate all about, need to make sales, need to recruit, need to sell. But what you need to remember is if you're in a franchise, you're selling the same product as everybody else that's either in the same country as you, or if it's a global company all across the world. Anybody can sell that product. It's literally just a case of somebody wants to buy it, you process it, dispatch it out, or if it's a digital product, you know, you just send them the link. Anybody can do that. But what's going to make you unique is you. And what makes you unique is your brand. There's never going to be another Sarah Louise. There's never going to be another Paul. There's never going to be another James. So you have to tap into you and your brand. Now, people think of a brand as being a business name, a logo, a domain, and they don't really think about a brand as being anything else, or they think about like, what colour is it going to be? But they don't tap into the deeper core of what the brand is all about. And what I came away from the event is, it was actually really, really moving. So I went into a private room of just 50 people, and it was all about like branding. And the guy stood up in front of the room, and he actually got really emotional when he was talking about like his why. And he said, your why has to, you know, really tap in deep to here. So when people say you need to, you know, your why should make you cry, it actually should. If you join a home-based business, for example, to say, I want to be debt-free, or I want to make more money, or I want time freedom, that's not deep enough. Your why needs to be like 3 levels deep. So if you say, I want to be debt-free, you need to go another whole step below that and say, well, why are you actually in debt to start with? Then you need to go deeper again and say, how is me being debt-free going to impact my life? How is it going to change my life? How is it going to change my family's life? You have to really go deep into the core, because if you just say, I want to be debt-free, that's not strong enough. If you want to say, I want time freedom, I want to travel, it's not strong enough. You have to go really deep into the levels, like 3 levels deep. So ask yourself the question, what is your why? And then open that question up again and go to another level. Then open it up again and go to another level. When you're really understanding your why, that is then when you can tailor your brand. So your brand isn't just about the business name. It's not just about the logo. It's not about the colours. It's not about your website. Your brand is actually your story. And every single person in this whole entire world has a story to tell. And it's your story that makes your brand. So if you're thinking that you don't have a story until you're successful, that is where you're actually wrong. Your story starts from today. You know, your story is your life of where you've come from, where you are now. The impacts that your life has taken, the good, the bad and the ugly, is what has moulded you into the person that you are today. Now, your story is what will impact other people. So don't feel as though you've got to be like a 10 grand a month earner, or you've got to be, you know, driving a Lamborghini or in 5-star hotels to have a story. Your story is who you are today. And that is what you need to tailor your brand around, because like attracts like. And as you develop in your career, and as your sales improve, your brand gets stronger, your following gets bigger, your brand starts to evolve, and so does your following. But what you need to have is you need to have a following from today that love you for who you are. And when Dion stood on stage and he said, it was really powerful, he actually said, everybody in this room today, he said, you are perfect just the way you are. You all have a story to tell. And it was just a really powerful moment. And everybody kind of like looked around and thought, yes. I think a lot of marketers put themselves under pressure, thinking that they have to become somebody completely different in the industry to be successful, when actually you don't. You know, if you're a mum with children and you want to have more time freedom with your kids, that is your story. That is powerful. You need to therefore show your story on Facebook and social media and however it is that you market. You need to show how you're willing to build your business around your family, to be able to have more time freedom with your children, to be able to take them away, days out, you know, not having to put them in nursery because you're at home with the kids. That is your story. And then as you start to become more successful and you make more money, obviously your lifestyle will be different to enjoy things with your children. You know, if your story, if you're young in your 20s, 30s and you want to travel, You need to show how you're hustling hard to generate this to pay for your next travel. And then when you do travel to your next location, you're sharing it on social media to show people where you're going, what you're doing. The fact is that then you're working from that location. Then when you come back again, you're hustling hard for the next one. And then as your career starts to get better and better and you earn more money, you'll probably find that you're just living out of a suitcase and you're traveling the world full time. But you didn't start off there. People are going to follow your story. So this is what you need to tap into now and think, where are you right now today? What is your story? You know, write your story down and then write where you want to be, like in a year from now, 5 years from now, and then share that story on Facebook, because that is your brand. So when you start to write your content for your Facebook and you do your lives, it needs to be results, it needs to be value, and it needs to be lifestyle. But the people you're going to attract are the people that are just like you. So if you're living a pretty sort of like flash lifestyle, people that want to have your lifestyle are going to be drawn to you, or people that are already living that lifestyle are going to connect. If you're living a sort of a fairly mediocre life and you're pretty unhappy about it, then you're going to inspire people by showing that you're not happy where you are now and that you're doing everything possible by hustling hard, being consistent 7 days a week to make a change. People are going to look at you and go like, holy shit, what an impact that person's had. And if they can do it, so can I. And that is then when you're seen as a social media influencer that has a massive impact. So don't compare yourself to the huge leaders that, you know, have a mansion, have a sports car, fly in a private jet. Don't think, oh, no one's going to follow me because I live in an apartment and I drive a normal car. Don't have that compare-itis is what I call it. You don't compare yourself to them. But what I would say is let them be your motivation and let them be what inspires you to get to that level. But don't feel as though nobody's going to be interested in you because you're too small, because there's going to be people that's going to look at you today and wish they had your life today, even though you look at somebody else and you wish you had theirs. So always lead with a positive front. Don't complain about where you are today, because people are going to look at you and think, I wish I had your lifestyle, even though you're thinking this is pretty crap, you know, I wish I had somebody else's. So just share who you are, be authentic. There's no point in having a profile picture of you in front of a Lamborghini if you don't even own that car. It's like, why be fake and false? There's no point in doing Facebook lives from like, you know, this big flash mansion if you don't even live there. It's just, you know, people can just see the fakeness. There's no point in doing it. You know, if you go on a nice holiday and you've flown business class and you've gone to a 5-star hotel, that's lovely because you've genuinely done it. But all these photo shoots in fake places and, you know, the whole, oh, I'm in front of a Lamborghini, look at me, I'm earning loads of money, or holding like a big wad of cash when really they're like racked up in debt in the credit cards. I just don't get why people are so fake. You know, you've got to be authentic and real, because if you try and live a lifestyle you can't afford, there's going to become a point where you run out of money and you cannot continue to do that. And then people are going to know that you're fake. So people will respect your hustle and know that you have to work like, you know, 7 days a week, be consistent every single day. People will follow you and your story and connect with you much more. And then they'll find that you are genuine and then they trust you. And people buy from people that they know, they like, and they trust. So if you're consistently showing every day your value to the marketplace, what you can do to help others, if you're consistently posting every day about what you're doing, when you get results, then you're sharing that, you know, on social media. And by results, I don't just mean the money. I mean as in you've got a new team member, you know, you've upgraded in your business. You know, you're taking your business to another level. Any kind of like results, like me going away to the event in Vegas, me coming away to this event in Florida, I've been able to pay for that with my commissions from my business. So I haven't had to put anything on a credit card, and I'm really proud of this moment because I wouldn't have come here if I had to stick it on a credit card or get a loan. I've come because my business, the profits I've made has paid for me for this whole Vegas trip. So I've paid for it with mainly my cryptocurrency commissions, and therefore I thought that's why I'll do both trips. So therefore that's why I've shared my story, because if you look back on my Facebook, you'll see that I don't really live a very flash lifestyle at all, and I don't claim that I do. But when I come away, I like to stay in like nice hotels, I like to do nice things, but then people can see the Monday to Friday at home is still very much the hustle. You know, I'm working long hours, I'm doing the daily hustle, I'm giving lots and lots of value out to help people, but that is because that is my brand. I'm sharing my story and I'm being authentic, so people can see that as I'm growing, so is my following and my audience. But then when people talk to me in Messenger and face to face at the events, one of the first things they say is like they love to follow my story and see how far I've come. So I don't want to try and be somebody I'm not, because that's not who I am. But you need to now go back and say, are you doing the same? Don't feel under pressure that you've got to be flash or that you've got to be seen as this industry expert. Every little bit of value that you learn on a daily basis, anything at all, whether you've learned something in sales funnels, whether you've learned something in generating leads, whether you've learned something in Facebook marketing, Instagram, anything at all, if you've read something on YouTube, if you've if you watched a YouTube video, if you've read something on Google, anywhere at all where you've got value, take notes and then do your own version of it, because you're not copying, because you'll never ever copy something word for word. But if you do a Facebook Live today on something that you've learned or seen, it's in your own words. Therefore, you're making it your own version. So therefore, then you're giving value out on your page. Your audience is getting value from you, but you've got that value from somebody else. So you don't have to think about this content in your head and think, people say to me, where do you get all your content from? I get my content from all over because I'm inspired by so many people. I spend thousands of dollars on courses online. I follow leaders because success leaves clues. None of us are trying to reinvent the wheel. We are literally follow people that are successful, find people in your niche and see what they do on social media, and then you literally just replicate it with your own unique twist. So you're bringing your own brand into it, you're bringing your own personality into it, but you literally just do what they do. How many times do they post a day? How many videos do they do? How many posts do they do? How many lifestyle posts do they do? How are they following up with their comments on their page? You know, look what people are doing, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on Instagram, you know, whether it's on YouTube. See what value people are giving out to the marketplace, and then think, how can I do the same for whatever business, industry or niche that I'm in? So you're not having to try and do anything complicated. Network marketing is actually fun. And it shouldn't be hard work. It should actually be fun and enjoyable, because you are just literally sharing a product, marketing a product. We're not hardcore salespeople. We are literally just sharing what we do. So all I'm doing is sharing my results, sharing what I'm learning. I'm actually concentrating on me more. I don't go out prospecting. I don't go out recruiting. I literally just learn, give, and then people come to me. So, you know, if you sort of connect with me as a person, then do the same. You know, it doesn't matter if you're in beauty, health and wellness, whether you're in cryptocurrency, you know, it doesn't matter what industry or niche you're in. If you're in the services industry, you need to find a way of connecting with your audience. But I'm a massive believer that Facebook Lives is the way to go, because you're getting your brand out there. They can hear your voice, they can see your face, you're there giving value. But for the 5, 10, 20 minutes, half an hour, however long you want to talk for on your video, just bear in mind, not now. So however long you want to talk for on this video, therefore then once this goes live onto your wall, people can then watch this for weeks, days, months to come. You can then also send this link out to your email marketing list to show that you've been providing value. You can update, you can put this onto a YouTube channel if that's where you've got that. You know, you can use this link and send it to anywhere, and it's only taken you the length of time to record this one video. You'd never ever be able to get this value across and send it to people's inboxes. It would take you hours and hours and hours. You just would never be able to get this powerful story across and send it. And you don't want to be sending a copy and paste, do you, to people, because everyone wants to know you in your raw, unique state. So by them connecting and watching this video, the more people you can drive back to your Facebook or drive back to your Instagram to watch your videos of you giving value, that's then when you start to get a really strong following, because people then know you as somebody to go to in the industry that they can get value from, they can learn from, and that you're actually genuinely wanting to help people. Where if you're just sending emails out and you're just pitching and you're just, posting links, people are never going to get that from you. Where with this, it's all about your brand. So just to wrap this up by the end of it, so when you think of your brand, I don't want you to be thinking just about like the business name, the logo, the colours, your domain name, your website. Your brand is all about you and your story, how you can be unique, and what value can you bring to the marketplace that's going to make you stand out. How can you use your story of who you are today and who you want to become to inspire people worldwide to be more and do more. That is then when you have a really, really strong brand. And if you're consistently doing this daily, whether it's Facebook Lives, whether it's a webinar, whether you want to do Zoom calls, Skype calls, whatever it is, the way that you want to actually connect with your audience, you need to be doing it at least like 3 to 5 times a week minimum. Because the more you're seen, the more content people want to share, the bigger you will become online, and you can become seen as a leader in a very, very short space of time. So I've got masses that I want to achieve yet. I'm a very, very small fish in a very, very big pond, but I know I've made an impact in the 5 months that I've been doing this. So I think, wow, where will I be a year from now? Where will I be 5 years from now? And it excites me because I can see that it's progressing at like rocket speed. But that's because for 5 months, I've been consistent for 7 days a week, never taken a day off of social media. I've had fun, I've had days out, I've had trips, I've shared it all every single day. So as long as you're doing the same and you're sharing your story, then your brand will start to evolve. And as you start to evolve, as maybe you diversify into like multiple income streams, and as your career gets bigger and better, your following gets larger, you get more Facebook friends. As your brand starts to evolve, then your brand just starts to get bigger and stronger and clearer. Now, after the MME event, there's lots I want to develop now in my brand. There's lots I want to grow and change, but I'm not going to change who I am as a person, because this is what people like to see. I'm just going to sharpen it up and make it more professional. So you'll see things start to change now over the next few months that I'm excited about. But I hope again that then inspires other people to say, wow, she's come from here to here to here to here. And then by going to an event, now she's gone to here, because it has a massive impact. So the mastermind event that I'm going to in 2 days' time is a $12,000 US dollar event, and it's for 3 days. So I'm super pumped about what I'm going to learn from that. And again, I'll be doing Facebook Lives to share what I've learned from that. So I'm going to leave that there because my throat's starting to get really dry. I'm going to go back in now and read all of the comments. So I do appreciate every single one of you that has been watching me and following my journey and my story. I know lots of you have been commenting on all of my posts while I've been in the US, and it's great because I'm here traveling alone. So when you've got your Facebook family following you and commenting, and it just makes me feel like, I've got a huge crowd of people that are actually with me on this journey. So you don't actually mind traveling by yourself because you're not just on your own, you're actually sharing it with like a lot of people. So I do appreciate every single one of you that does take the time to, comment on my posts. So thanks everyone for watching, and I will catch up with you later. Bye.